What do you get when you start with a group of veterans whose service spans multiple decades? Then add some World War II memorial tanks that are sadly in need of repair. Some veterans' charitable organizations in need of help, some local communities, and a giant willingness to continue to serve them? You get Usabot. More specifically, you get the United States Army Brotherhood of Tankers. Even more specifically, you get Abrams Company, belonging to the 4th Battalion of Burt's Knights of the United States Army Brotherhood of Tankers. About Usabot. The best way to describe this organization is to use their own words. We've served in Mark IV tanks to the latest version of M1 Abrams, M88A1 Hercules, and Stryker MGS, and everything in between. We fought in World War I, World War II, Korea, Lebanon, Vietnam, the Cold War, Kosovo, Iraq, and Afghanistan. In the fire of our common experience, and hammered by the loss of our fellow tankers and of our own health, we have forged a true brotherhood. Usabot is the very embodiment of tanker brotherhood. We take care of our own. We remember and share our experiences and knowledge. We seek to capture and preserve our history and heritage. We revere and honor those who have given so much in service of our country. We seek to inform the general public about U.S. Army tanker heritage and its important place in history. Above all, we remain tankers. Tankers, those dirty, greasy, professional soldiers who train and fight in crews of 4 or 5, but all of one mind. We fight hard, we play hard. What we lack in polish, we make up for with steel on target. We are the United States Army Brotherhood of Tankers.
I'm a tanker. What a great bunch of guys. Each and every one, we all touch base. Tankers talk a certain language.
We're a brotherhood.
Yeah.
I know that if I had an issue going on in my life, if I needed help with anything, I wouldn't hesitate to call any one of these guys and they would be there for me.
The brotherhood.
The brothers.
It's always nice to be something bigger than you.
Mission. The United States Army Brotherhood of Tankers, Inc., Usabot, is organized for the purpose of preserving and publicizing the history of the United States Army Armored Forces and other related services that are within its capabilities and resources. Related services may include, but are not limited to, collection of artifacts, living history activities, and public education. The corporation is organized exclusively for charitable, educational, religious, or scientific purposes within the meaning of Section 501c3 of the Internal Revenue Code.
And we incorporated that. So we have our own EIN number, employer identification number. We now have a bank account.
And you can accept
of our own.
donations.
We can accept donations. We can enter into contracts.
That's nice. So bigger things are coming.
Right, exactly. And, you know, we are graduating from essentially being a street gang to being a real organization with,
Yeah.
you know, all the accoutrements of a real company.
Right.
So, and that's what it takes to grow.
A little more information about Usabot. Members of Usabot live in the communities that they support. They belong to local American Legion and VFWs. Some members continue to serve on active duty or in reserve and National Guard units. This gives them the unique ability to connect with veterans and veterans' family that may need support, or say thank you for their services. Living locally also helps Usabot members find monuments or display tanks and armored vehicles to recognize or help maintain as part of their mission to preserve our armored heritage. Social media has become a prime communication tool for the Usabot organization. Members use it to check in on their brothers, organize battalion and company gatherings and events, to coordinate restoration projects and develop unit support efforts. Social media is available on a wide variety of devices, which makes it widely available for members and keeps everyone informed. As a nonprofit organization, all of Usabo's funds are paid from members and donations. Buddy check. Checking on their brothers and sisters is common in the armor community. As a crewman and members of a team, they know how important it is to get a crew report, knowing that each member of the crew is there and ready. Their social media pages and local chapters support this vital part of their mission. The Usabo logo. The black circle surrounding the green field represents a tank road wheel. There are 13 stars on the green field, 4 stars for Patton, 4 stars for Bradley, 5 stars for Eisenhower. The 13 stars also represent the 13 stars of armor: Patton, Oliver, White, Caffey, Abrams, Poole, Rose, Harmon, Dagger, Thurman, Funk, Starry, and McMaster. The rejected armor tricolors represents the Armor Corps' early days. After World War I, they were fighting for acceptance. The design was created by Patton, but rejected by Army heraldry as they wanted the representation of combined arms to be equal: the red for artillery, the gold for armor, and the blue for infantry. The green and yellow colors are the colors of armor given by Patton. The cavalry sabers represent armor lineage to the horse and cavalry. The Mark IV male is the earliest of American tanks. Further information about the national organization can be found by visiting their website, www.usabo.org. About Usabo 4th Battalion. Abrams Company is a part of the 4th Battalion of Usabo. There are 4 companies in the 4th Battalion, including Abrams Company, with members from Massachusetts, Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. Cullen Company is in upstate New York. Baker Company is part of New York and Pennsylvania. Delta Company includes New Jersey and Delaware. The New England group, Abrams Company, was started by Steve Fuller from Weymouth, Massachusetts in 2014. Soon after, Jim Bagdon from Taunton, Massachusetts became the leader of this group. Paul Souza from New Bedford, Massachusetts is the executive officer, and Will Corey rounds out the company's command structure as its first sergeant. Juan Ramos from Arlington, Massachusetts is both the battalion's and the company's comptroller. Just like the national group, Abrams Company has been organized for the purpose of preserving and publicizing the history and traditions of the United States Army Armored Force. They want to inform the public about the importance of the U.S. Army tanker and its place in history. The daily passing of the members of the greatest generation, who were responsible for the placement of these memorials throughout New England. Means that it has fallen to this current generation of tankers to step up and ensure that these memorials remain in a high state of repair and are in all ways presentable. Members feel very strongly that they do a great disservice to those who served before them, should they allow these memorials to fall into disrepair. The men you will hear from in this video series are all tanker vets who have served on tanks during their military service and in all conflicts that the United States has been involved in, from Vietnam, the Cold War, and the current conflicts in Iraq and Afghanistan. These are men who served on the M48 series tanks, the M60 series tanks, the airborne units M551 Sheridan, and finally the entire 1A2 series tanks. No matter what era they served on tanks in, they want to remember their experiences and share that knowledge with future generations of tankers as well as the general public.
And we wanted to do something and not be like, just like a bunch of old guys sitting at a bar telling war stories. We wanted to do something a little bit more meaningful, a little more giving back, kind of paying back, paying it forward.
Every one of these people are volunteers, and it is a labor of love for them to be working on these memorials. Smiles are huge. And the years seem to drop away remembering when they were younger and riding these steel beasts. They didn't all serve together, but the common past of being a tanker is evident whenever they get together.
We've got guys from Korea all the way up to the current conflicts in Iraq and Afghanistan. And no matter what era we served in or what type of vehicle we served in, we're all the same. You could just interchange us into any era, and we would be the same. And that's really the cool part.
Different eras, different vehicles, but it's just the way American tankers work.
In fact, ask any one of these veterans what the main reason is that they're involved in this group, and you'll get the same answer.
Probably the camaraderie.
The camaraderie. Camaraderie.
Yeah, the camaraderie. The camaraderie.
Camaraderie.
That's right. Camaraderie. They support each other through all kinds of situations, too. You'll be hearing much more about that in this series. The reaction from the public when they are seen working on the memorials has been fantastic. People have stopped by at every site they've worked on to say thanks for restoring the memorials. They drop off water and goodies. Veterans of all branches have stopped by to speak out about their own service. The activity of Abrams Company truly brings the community together.
Just meeting other people and making a difference in the community when you have people from the neighborhoods coming out and saying, wow, this hasn't been done, nobody's ever done this.
Right.
And then that's when you realize what you're doing makes a difference.
Right, exactly.
And,
But the little kids love it too.
All
Huh?
the kids, and just bringing up the kids and
Yeah.
showing them, yeah, that's where the driver sits, and that's what,
Yeah.
that makes, it really, it hits you, it hits home.
Yeah.
When we started these projects here in New Bedford, being I was the only one, I guess, originally from New Bedford, or my family's from New Bedford, it was pretty important to bring the resources here. It's an area that has, its own urban ills and stuff like that. So it was really important to me to bring this group to make a difference.
Abrams' mission, again, like the national group, also includes reaching out to the veteran community. The group supports the Cape Cod for the Troops organization by helping prepare and package care packages being sent overseas to deployed troops. They have also established a relationship with the New England Center and Home for Veterans in Boston, where for the past 3 years, they've conducted Operation Backpack, providing the center with backpacks full of toiletries to be used by female veterans in residence. Operation Backpack has been so successful that it has grown to a point where it now supports veteran centers in Brockton and New Bedford, Massachusetts.
Which we have coordinated with the Boston Homeless Center,
Oh, nice.
where we provide 10 backpacks full of toiletries for the females who are using that. And then this year, the center has a new program where they're trying to get homeless veterans an apartment, and most of them don't have anything to go into their apartment. So we try to give them a box and of everyday items that you would need moving into your first apartment.
Right.
In addition, they support the Run to Home Base event, which helps veterans and their families deal with problems related to PTSD. And like their national brothers, they are fond of saying, we work hard, we play hard. What we lack in polish, we make up with enthusiasm. In this video series, you will meet several members of Abrams Company, plus a descendant of a war hero, and a Gold Star mom. Each video will introduce a few different members. You will hear about their service and some of their personal reasons for joining Abrams Company. Along with that, you'll get overviews of several of their tank restoration efforts. You will even get an inside peek at a tank, and you will see more information about their charity work, plus some more surprises and fun facts. We hope you can join us for all of these stories. beginning in our next video with the first of 3 tank restorations in Massachusetts, affectionately referred to as the hat trick. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon for part 2. In the meantime, stay on the tank.